Please be advised that everything in my video is purely for entertainment purposes. These are purely my thoughts and opinions and are subjective. I must advise you to please do your own research. All media users found on the public domain and are fair use and fair dealings. Hey guys, I'm back. So there has been lots and lots of stuff going on in the news. You'll be pleased to know I've actually got 3 videos written out. This is the first of 3, which will be coming to you between, well, now and at the weekend. I hope you've all been keeping well. Luckily for us, as some of you outside the UK may not know, we have now come out of our lockdown, kind of. There are certain areas, it's very, very mixed up what they've done to us. They've put us in like tier brackets. So some parts of the country are still in a semi-lockdown, which is really, really bizarre, because it means that they can go to the gym and they can go to the cinema, but they can't mix with people in their own homes. So you can mix in places with strangers, but not with your family. So it's all very mixed up. It's not going down very well, needless to say. And they're supposed to be giving us an all big break over the Christmas where families can mingle. I think it's up to a number of people in your families that people can mix with, number of houses. But we all know what it's going to lead to, and that is going to be January. No doubt they are going to throw away the keys again. I really hope they don't lock down the gyms for me. My gym put in so much in place where they only let a certain number of people in. The machines, you can't run or work out beside each other. They've basically socially distanced the entire gym, and the swimming pool. Trust me, there's enough chlorine in that. You could go in there with Ebola and you would come out fine. It is, yeah, your eyes will feel like they're bleeding for hours afterwards. So I'm actually starting back at the gym today. I go this afternoon and I cannot wait. So, title of this video, Prince Drip Drop. Most of you probably have seen in the news, but I really have got to cover this one. This one, just when you think that Harry cannot get any worse, he has. Prince Harry has done a video for Waterbear. They are going to be a new streaming service, probably linked to Netflix somewhere down the line, because I can't see how Harry's been allowed to do this, advertise another streaming service. But it's all to do with nature documentaries and documentaries all to do with the future of our planet and how we can save it. Exciting stuff. Now, you think that H, formerly known as Prince Harry, would steer well clear of this particular subject, especially the fact that he and Meghan got destroyed for it over the past couple of years. What with shipping out motor fleet vehicles when they went on destination holidays because they didn't feel they had suitable enough arrangements already in the country, to staying on billionaires' yachts while giving speeches all to do with climate change. Then you have obviously the ridiculous mansions that they stay in, bearing in mind they are a family of 3. Any security team and staff that they have will not be living in the same house. You know, they have got their own separate property. So why do they need something as big as they do? Then you've got, you know, the fact that, well, Harry uses private jets like most people use Uber. Between he and Meghan, they actually have a carbon footprint which would be bigger than probably several families added together throughout a lifetime. I mean, the amount of travel that they do and the type of luxury. I mean, Harry was reportedly recently to have signed up to a helicopter club, you know, just for fun, you know, the environmentally kind of green Harry that he is. So I personally find it laughable that yet again he is tone deaf and he is back on this subject. But it was not just him talking about the climate and the planet. It's the actual words that he used. I think he's got a bit out of his depth. His transformation to liberal woke and a carbon copy of his wife, really. There were the typical buzzwords in there, you know, standard stuff that Meghan comes out with. She's clearly written a speech for him, but I will come to that in a bit. So what wonderful delights did Harry have in for us? And these are his words, I'm actually quoting this. Every single raindrop that falls from the sky relieves the parched ground. What if every single one of us was a raindrop? Huh? Now, naturally, the superstars that are Tumblr and Twitter, people managed to find the words were actually very similar to what has been said before. Now, this was all to do with, this particular quote was to do with voting. So I'd imagine Meghan, when she was plagiarising a lot of her words and sayings that she wanted to say when she was promoting voting in the US elections, has gone, oh, I'll keep that one, we'll stick that on a post-it note. Harry, this is going in your speech. I reckon she's probably got like a little folder somewhere of all these different multicoloured post-it notes when she's reading up stuff. Oh, I'll keep that one for use for later date. There's so many bits of software out there now where you can see where the words have come from. You just go into Google and type the sentence and it will generally come up. So he continues to say, for Meghan, well, not for Meghan, but for me, but we know that's what he means. For me, it's putting in the do's behind the says. The do's behind the says? Surely that's the wrong way round, isn't it? He's promoting speech before promoting doing something, or a call to action, as Meghan and Harry like to quote often in their speeches. Maybe it was a Freudian slip. I mean, Harry and Meghan do definitely like the sound of their own voices, and they like to talk about people calls to action and people rising up, but they don't actually really do anything other than talk themselves. When I recited it back to myself to get it ready for this video, I was like, says before the do's before the says. I know what's been happening. Harry's been allowed to read Dr. Seuss, hasn't he? Because I feel like I'm in a Dr. Seuss book with these two. Now, one of the things that he did say in this, which wasn't just, you know, word babble, as I said, Dr. Seuss, it was the fact that he turned around and said, and please tell me what you think here, what's the point bringing a new person into this world when they get to your age and it's on fire? Now, these are odd words for a man whose wife has just recently written to the New York Times about the devastating, heartbreaking, tragic miscarriage that they both experienced in July, because a few days later, Harry's saying, what's the point of bringing someone into the world? Casually. So he's obviously not really as affected emotionally, because surely you know, if this has just all come out and it's all been made across social media, worldwide news, you know, obviously they sadly lost their child, it just seems a very cold, bizarre thing to come out with. It's very insensitive, considering his wife, you know, spoke about a miscarriage only days ago. Now, what's really gone down like a lead balloon, and this has angered a lot of people, and he's definitely getting panned on social media, and quite rightly so, he has come out with one of the most stupid things I think I've ever heard him say. Somebody said to me at the beginning of the... It's almost though Mother Nature has sent us to our rooms for bad behaviour, to really take a moment and think about what we've done. Excuse me? Firstly, as people on Twitter have pointed out, that is actually a well-known quote that has been sitting on Pinterest for God knows how long. So Meghan got out her little notepad and pulled out a post-it note. We'll put this in here as well. But it's more to do with the fact that Harry is saying what we're to blame for this bug. Mother Nature's punishing us. How insensitive can you be when it's still going on? People have lost loved ones. People have lost friends, family members. People have, not just through the bug, there are people now, we're beginning to see the real fallout, the stress it's put on people losing their businesses, suicides. And Harry's saying, oh, it's just Mother Nature. We'd brought it on ourselves, putting us on the naughty step. It just goes to show that the PR that Harry had when he was inside the palace walls and pre-Meghan must have been worth their weight in absolute gold, because since he is allowed to do these speeches and under Meghan's guidance, they're getting worse and worse and worse. One minute he's telling us that we've all got to be like raindrops on the parched ground, and the next minute he's saying, oh, well, you know, it's clearly because someone else said it to me that Mother Nature's punishing us. Yes, we do need to help our planet, but you don't turn around and say, when we're suffering from a worldwide bug that has killed thousands and thousands of people, which is sadly still going to probably wipe out a fair few thousand more over the Christmas period. We've not even had the cold winter months yet, and he's said this. You could bang his head against a brick wall, couldn't you, and he'd just bounce off of it. Honestly, there's no thought to this. This speech has clearly been written out for him. He's clearly practiced it. He doesn't seem to understand the words that he's saying. It's typical wokey crap. But it's the insensitivity of it that makes it all the more embarrassing. I mean, you think he's in a 16-bathroom mansion. Someone actually, I saw a post, I can't give credit to where it was, but they explained that 16 bathrooms, if you've got 16 toilets, you have to flush the water through at least once a week, otherwise that they can build up with gases. Plus, as I said, look at the size of his swimming pool. Look at the size of their heating, their gas bills, their aircon you guys have out there. Look at the amount of grounds that are in the photographs. Now, California is one of the driest places in the world. Obviously, that's why so many people end up, you know, with the fires and losing their homes every year. It's on par with Australia in a lot of ways when it comes to the fires. Yet Harry's gardens and vegetable patch, which I'll come to in another video, but, you know, all of his grounds are lush green. That is a lot of water that is pumped out daily through a sprinkler watering system that is going to be keeping it lush and green. That house is for 3 people, 2 adults that share 1 bedroom, presumably, and a baby. How can you honestly sit there in a mansion like that and live your lifestyle the way you do, but preach this lefty green attitude where everyone needs to change their ways, apart from me? I'm at a point now when I read what Harry has said in his latest speech, I don't know whether to genuinely pity him for his utter stupidity, because I'm sorry, you've got to be completely stupid to be able to sit there and say something like that with a straight face and actually mean it and not grasp the utter hypocrisy. Or I just get so angry, as you can tell, like my little veins coming up again. You get so angry, you're just like, I don't want to read this, slam the laptop shut. I can't listen to him anymore. So I'm going to end this video on a mathematical question. If Harry has said to imagine that we are all raindrops, I'd like an answer to know how many of us would it take up to fill up his swimming pool? Answers on a postcard, or please leave it in the comments below. So please remember to like and subscribe. I will be back. I will be filming my second video tomorrow, and I'll be filming my third on Saturday. So it'd be lovely to see you again, and I will see you very soon. Take care for now. Bye.
If you like my video, please remember to like and subscribe. Please, angry typists, you will be blocked, so save your fingers the time. If you would like to buy me a coffee, please go to my About page and click the link. Love, Taz.